Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into this week's deals and discounts for Grand Theft Auto Online. Now this week's discounts are going to last until December 9th. Today is the 4th, so we have 5 days of discounts versus the normal 7, and that is because of the fact that December DLC is on December 10th. Not only that, but just as a warning, if you do plan on buying any of these cars, make sure that you also have some DLC if you plan to partake in the new DLC. Now, I would say, realistically, you're going to need about 20-ish million for the DLC to 40 million when it comes out to purchase the business and get everything set up. But we're going to focus on this week. I'm going to let you know my personal opinions on these vehicles, regardless of the DLC coming next week. So let's get straight into it. Starting off, we have the Tahoma Coupe as the free vehicle on the podium this week. It's a decent car. It's worth 1.5 million. It's not very fast, and really there's nothing special about it, but it's free. So you can't really complain too much, can ya? Let's continue down the list. In the prize ride, we have the Autark, which I actually think is an incredibly fun vehicle. It's one of the most expensive prize ride vehicles that Rockstar's put in a while. It's 1.995 million, which we can see down here. It's pretty fast. It has a top speed of 126, ranking it 23rd out of the 60 supercars, and its lap time is 20th out of the 60. So it's actually a really good supercar. And to win it, you're going to have to finish first place 3 days in a row. This is pretty easy with drag races. Get a friend, join my Discord server, do a drag race with them once every day, and congratulations, you'll have a $2 million car for about 10 minutes of work. It's a really good vehicle, and it's one that I would highly recommend to consider getting your hands on. Now we have an interesting thing. The bail office is getting a bonus, a big bonus. Double money on all missions. Well, standard missions, I should mention, not the special ones, but double money on standard missions. And you're going to make double money on the passive income from your dudes that you go and send out. That's pretty good. That means you'll be making around maybe $30,000 to $40,000 every 48 minutes just by sending them out. And if you pair that with the fact that you're making double money on any of the normal jobs, you can make decent money. Plus, if you complete 3 bail office jobs, you're going to make an additional $100,000 for completing the weekly challenge. So you can actually make okay money with the bail office. Now, something else that's good about the bail office is it's 40% off this week. That is a big discount, and it means that if you were holding back on purchasing a bail office, now might be the time. Yes, again, save your money for the December DLC, but you have 5 days to earn that money back. So if you buy a bail office, there's not really any upgrades for it. So if you purchase a bail office for, let's say, 40% off, it's $2 million, you can easily earn that money back within a day or two of grinding with double money on it, especially with the bonus and everything else. So I do think that if you were planning to get one, now is the time to consider it. It's not a terrible pickup. What else do we have? Well, we have some discounted vehicles. First of all, we have the Dominator FX, which is 2 different variants. We have the FX Interceptor and the normal FX. Both of these are 30% off. The FX and FX Interceptor are the same in performance, so we can see 122 miles per hour and a lap time, which places it pretty good actually. 6 out of the 80 muscle cars. This is a really good muscle car, and 30% off makes this a pretty good shout. If you especially like the police variant, this is a good way to pick it up, but it is very expensive. So yeah, you might not want to spend that money unless you have a lot to begin with. We have the Envisage. I don't know if that's how you spell it properly. Yes, it is. The Balacon Envisage is one of the nicest looking cars in the game. I think it looks freaking epic. It's not the fastest on top speed, but it's got a really good lap time. 13th out of the 109 sports cars. If I'm not mistaken, you can put a missile lock-on jammer, which means that you can't have missiles fired at you, which is pretty nice, but it's expensive normally, 2.4 million. Even at a 30% discount, that's still going to be around 1.7-ish mil to pick up, so it's not going to be the cheapest car ever. It is a very nice vehicle. I'm probably going to pick this up this week, gonna be honest. We have the Canis Castigator, which, well, doesn't have too much going for it, to be entirely honest. It's kind of ugly. I mean, it's a fast SUV. It's 3rd on lap time and 5th in top speed, but, like, come on, man, that thing looks ugly as heck. I don't know. It's pretty cheap, though, only 1.6 million, and you can get it for 30% off, so it's like 1 million almost, 1.1 million this week. It is cheap, but it's also really ugly, so I don't know what to say. We have the Paragon S for sale, and the Paragon S is one of the nicest Imani Tech vehicles. It's very fast at 127.5, making it 15th out of the 109 sports cars, and it's got 7th out of the 109 sports cars in lap time. So it's actually a really good car in general. It has full Imani Tech capabilities, which we can see in the picture here, and it looks great. The Paragon S is really one of the best overall Imani Tech vehicles. I talk about it all the time, why you should pick it up. So this week I'll definitely be, making a video on the car and telling people to consider picking it up. We have the Anus Stafford, which is pointless. It's slow. It's not very good on lap time. It has really nothing going for it apart from it's a Rolls Royce. So if you want to pick it up, it's around $900,000 this week. And we're going to move on to the Taygon. Now, the Taygon is a $2.3 million supercar. It's got a decent top speed, 25th out of the 60 supercars at 125, and it's got a lap time that's 18th out of the 60. Overall, it's a decent car. I think it looks kind of goofy personally, but you can get it for like 1.8 million this week, 1.7 mil. Not a bad price tag for the car, but I don't know. I don't think the Taygon's necessarily worth the price. We have the Peyote Gasser, which is really slow in terms of lap time, decent in top speed, but to me, it doesn't make sense why a drag car is only 118. I really hope that Rockstar makes an HSW variant and this thing can go like 160 plus miles per hour in a straight line. That would actually make it kind of useless, or useful, because right now it's pretty useless. I wouldn't recommend to buy it, even though it's only 800,000, so you'll be able to pick it up for like 500,000 in a day. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't really see anything about it. We have the Tyrus, which is one of my favorite supercars. Its lap time and top speed are nothing impressive, 123 and 35th out of the 60 super, so it's middle of the road in its performance. And it's really expensive, but I think the car looks amazing, and not only that, it's just a really fun car to drive. The problem is it's expensive, 2.55 million. Even at discount, you're still going to be looking at like 1.9, 1.8 mil. So this is not going to be a cheap vehicle to pick up, and with the December DLC looming in, I don't know. Definitely not worth it if you ask me. And the final vehicle we have is the Dynasty. It's pretty cheap normally, 450, so you can get it for like 300,000 this week, and it's slow. It's useless on lap time. Don't waste your money on it. This is an absolute waste, so I can't really recommend that. Overall, it's actually a pretty good week. I don't think the bail office is a great way to make money, but I do think that at least it being on discount, you don't have to deal with mod calling you every 10 seconds. That's the major reason not to buy it. Holy crap. Every time I load up GTA, mod calls me, "Hey, I'm starting up a bail office. Would you like to join me in this bail office?" I'm like, mod, please jump off a bridge. But seriously, it's rather annoying. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you learned a thing or two, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll be posting more videos and guides in the future on how to make as much money for the DLC, so stay tuned. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.